Zaggle Prepaid that's been in focus. They completed an acquisition of Rio.Money for about 22 crore rupees. We have Raj P Narayanam, who is joining us, who's the founder and executive chairman at the company, to talk to us about the deal contours. Thank you so much for joining in with us, sir. Rio.Money, this transaction that has been closed now, could you explain the contours of the deal? What is the outline in terms of the key target that you all have going forward as well? If you could start with those details.
Rio is basically a TPAP and, a co-branded credit card along with Yes Bank. So what we looked at was a beautiful opportunity for us, to tap into our, large base. We hope to, along with Rio, we hope to, issue about, 1 million cards over the next, 3 to 5 years. We are going to build this. We are going to rename the franchise as ZAG. So it will be called, the TPAP will be called ZAG from now onwards. We should be able to, roughly do about 500 crores in the next 5 years, from this business. Roughly about 1 million plus cards is what we would look to issue. And we are looking at a EBITDA of about 50 plus crores, from this business in next 5 years.
All right, sir. So you're reiterating the guidance for FY26 as well as FY27 from this particular transaction?
Okay, see, for FY26, I think the guidance may not change, but overall, FY27, 28, we should be able to do roughly about 350,000 to 400,000 cards, and a revenue of roughly about 275 to 280 crores with the EBITDA of about 7 to 8 crores. In that particular year, but you were to play out the full 5 years, we are talking about 500 plus crores of revenue with about 50 crore plus of EBITDA.
Also, sir, how are you planning to fund this transaction? You had concluded a QIP recently as well. Will that actually suffice you?
So, it is from, we had already raised money in our QIP last year, and we are going to use, some of that funds plus our internal accruals, to put in up to 75 crores. We may start with about, 10, 15 crores in the first year. Maybe second year might require around 25, 30 crores. And from third, fourth, fifth year onwards, I think it should be able to take on its own. But we are keeping a buffer, of about 25, 30 crores in case the growth comes faster, than what we expect.
All right, sir. Why haven't you raised your EBITDA margin guidance, though, for FY26, despite the increased top-line guidance? If you could tell us, how do you expect operating leverage to play out?
Currently, we do not see any negative to the EBITDA, guidance what we have given. I think we should be able to maintain the guidance. But as we invest in areas like the credit card, like the TPAP and some of the consumer-facing apps, we have over the last 14 years we have built a very large B2C, B2B2C base. Okay, that B2B2C base which was there, we have never ever monetized that base earlier, and now we are looking at utilizing that opportunity, of course, with the consent and with the DPDP Act in play, to utilize that the base which we have, and we think we should be easily be able to do that 500 crore revenue mark which I told you in the next 4-5 years.
Okay, so you are keeping your top line long-term guidance of that $1 billion. That's interesting there. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today and giving us details in terms of the company, the contours of the deal as well.